basketball as they take on the Watertown Arrows, and a happy New Year as well to you out there. As the Pierre Governors are coming in at 2-2, Watertown at 1-3. We'll dive into this matchup here in just a little bit, but the Governors are playing for the first time here, as well as pretty much everybody played for the first time in 2021. But the Governors are coming in with the 2-2 record as they won their last two games before the Christmas break back on December 18th and 19th. The Governors picked up wins over Sturgis and Spearfish out west, as they have not been at home since December 11th when they opened up the season against the Harrisburg Tigers, which they fell 61-46. For the Watertown Arrows, they have not been home since December 17th when they lost to the Harrisburg Tigers as well, 37-30. But they did fall to West Central Sioux Falls Roosevelt in their last two contests. They picked up their only win so far as the first game of the year against Sioux Falls Lincoln, 33-30. So this is a Watertown Arrow team that does not score a whole lot, but the Governors are a basketball team that can go up and down the floor. Although that Sturgis game, their first win of the season was a little less offensive in that win when they won 48-36. But Spearfish, they picked that pace back up, scoring 57 points. They lost by Huron by 1 point, 72-71. Also scored 46 against the Harrisburg Tigers. Sophomore matchup just about set to be to finish here, as the Pierre Governor sophomore team are going to win 60-26. Just 1.8 seconds left to go. Actually, they're going to shoot some free throws, so the score might change. We also welcome those listening in at Watertown on KWAT, as we welcome you in here to Rakes High School. Governors and Watertown Arrows. The Governors are looking to go over 500. The Watertown Arrows are trying to pull within one win. When you look at the roster, roster pretty much shows that a lot of these two teams are going to be rather similar in terms of the height advantage. Not going to go to really anybody. Katie Williams at 5'11", and Kenzie Garland at 6 feet in the starting lineup. Maggie Hession stands at 6 feet. So those two, with Williams being the point guard as well, so that's not going to really do much inside, but she'll be able to get some of the looks down low over the smaller defenders of the Watertown Arrows. The Governors and Watertown Arrows come up here in just a little bit. We'll also talk with both coaches. We'll talk with Coach Pat McClemens of the Watertown Arrows. We'll talk with Coach Kirk Bebout of the Pierre Governors, as he is in his first year with this Pierre Governor squad, looking to get over 500 for the first time this season. Back in 3 minutes with more of the pregame show, and we'll have our coaches' interviews, as we'll have those interviews. We'll have 3 minutes in between each of those coaches' interviews. We'll start first with the Watertown Arrows and Coach Pat McClemens. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. Welcome back to the pregame show on today's KCCR and KWAT as we're joined with the Watertown Arrows head coach and Coach McClemens. Coach, you're coming in here against this Pierre team. You got the New Year's break, got the Christmas break. How has things been going for your squad over the Christmas and New Year's break?
Well, we had a game Thursday at Roosevelt, so we probably really needed a week of practice. But we got a game under our belt. Got beat by 5, but again, it was good to get back on the floor and doing things. And for us right now, it's not so much what other teams are going to do. We've got enough things that we got to worry about ourselves with as far as taking care of the basketball and getting good shots. So, we're in kind of a grind here. We've got 4 games all this week from Saturday to next Saturday. So we don't have a lot of practice time. We've got a lot of games, so we've got to make sure we try to stay fresh with legs and kind of go from there.
As you look at this Pierre team, but they have not played since before the Christmas break. Do you think that maybe gives you an advantage having a game in, or maybe not so much just because of how the holidays are in his high school kids too?
Unless Price and Williams are sick, that probably isn't going to make. You'd like to think at least having the game. I think everybody would say coming out of Christmas break, the first game back is always difficult. So maybe it's helped us a little bit. But in the same breath, I think when you look at what they do and how athletic they are and how well they run the floor, I don't think it's going to affect them as much as I'd like to think it would.
And as you just mentioned, how athletic they are and how much they run the floor, how difficult, when you watch it on film, how difficult is that to stop?
Well, one thing, if you can make baskets, it eliminates at least opportunities for their transition game. But Williams on top of that zone, when they do play zone, Long gets hands on a lot of things. And I think for us, can we take care of the basketball? And we've done a pretty good job in regards to not giving up a lot of transition baskets this year so far. But that's obviously a key for us tonight. And I think for us, maybe we have a little bit of advantage. Maggie Hesh is about 5'11" or 6 foot, and kind of a bigger girl, strong girl, and we're hoping we can take advantage of some things maybe inside.
Yeah, but how do you get that to happen? How do you make sure you get the ball inside to her?
Well, you have good ball movement. And you hope that kids will look. Obviously, looking high-low is a lot easier if you got movement on the back side, so that they can't help as much. But you've got to have good ball movement, and if you have good ball movement, then you make sure that you get her in a position on the seal on reversal to try to get her the basketball.
Now, when you look at your roster, it's not a small roster by any means in terms of numbers, but a little bit less than what Pierre has. Of course, Pierre added a couple of girls after their last couple of games to the varsity roster. But do you think that might play a factor in today's game for the amount of size that they have on their roster?
I think for us right now, I think everything is a concern because again, we're only got 10 kids dressed, and having this number of games, it'll be probably worse next Saturday. But we're trying to rotate some kids in and give us some fresh legs in there. But in the same breath, those 5 kids that we're going to start have to log a lot of minutes for us. They just do.
What's going to be the number one thing for you guys to beat Pierre here tonight?
Well, obviously, we got to try to. I don't think you're going to stop Price or Williams, but we do have to limit the points that they get. I think those two are really make them go. Once they start Williams getting downhill and Price knocking down shot, that's an issue. I think for us, can we execute in the half court, and can we be patient enough and get some good shots and make sure we knock those shots down? I think that'll be the key.
Coach McClemens, appreciate the time. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you. Good luck.
Back with more of the pregame show next on today's KCCR and KWAT. Welcome back to the pregame show on today's KCCR and KWAT as we welcome in coach of the Pierre Governor girls basketball team, and that is Coach Kirk Beebout. As Coach, you come in 2-2 here. You had the Christmas break, the New Year's break. Now you get a chance to play this Watertown team. The last two games, you got those 2 wins. How has practice been the last couple weeks now, getting ready for this next game and having the layoff of Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah, well, we had a week off, about 6 days off, honestly. So, and then we came back. We had this week of practice Monday through Friday. Had a walkthrough shoot around this morning. So we've had 6 practices and then 6 days before that without a game. So it kind of feels like it's been a long time, honestly. So I anticipate there'll be some rust or some getting reacquainted to getting up and down the floor a little bit. I mean, we try to simulate that in practice as much as possible, but when you get in a game situation, there's really no way to completely match that in practice. But I thought we had a really good week of practice. Honestly, the first 3 days I thought were great. Then we practiced on New Year's Day, which is always, you can imagine that's always a little bit of a struggle, but I was proud of how they handled it. So I thought they practiced really well, honestly. So that's not always easy to do over break. So we'll see how it goes, but I've been pleased with what we've been able to get done. So, I mean, there's so much new stuff still. It's like I feel like we've come a long ways, but then we just kind of keep trying to build on top of that. And it just makes me realize like how much growing and how much work we still have to do. But the kids have remained receptive, continue to learn and grow, and I think it's going to pay off for us.
And you mentioned that you expect some maybe rust here coming up in this, maybe the first part of this game. So how important is the first couple minutes of this game?
I mean, it's just as important as any other couple minutes of the game, I guess. I mean, it's just getting back into the flow. You never know. Maybe they'll come out and hit some shots, and then the rust will show up later. I mean, sooner or later, we'll probably see some effects of not playing a basketball game for a couple weeks. But I mean, that's just part of it, and I'm sure we'll come out with the intensity and ready to go. I know the girls are excited. They haven't played for a while. Sometimes it's just a matter of calming those nerves and getting your second win back.
This Watertown team, what have you seen from them on film?
Oh, they play extremely hard. They rebound really well. They were patient on offense, and they run their stuff. They play really good defense. They're well coached. So, I've seen a lot of really good things from them on tape. Honestly, sometimes I watch tape and I'm hoping to one time just be like, oh, okay, this one's going to be easy, but it's not the case. So it's not going to be easy whatsoever. They played a really good Roosevelt team and had them, and they played. West Central, that game was a lot closer than the final score was. Just a couple shots didn't go for them. I thought they were getting good looks. They played Harrisburg and had leads on Harrisburg, and they knocked off Lincoln to start the year. So, I mean, they do what they do, and they do it well. They're disciplined, and we're just going to have to give a lot of effort and stay together if we want to come away with a win today.
Yeah, well, I know you just kind of mentioned here to be disciplined and be able to hang with Watertown.
Fundamentals, honestly, we've worked a lot on just jump stops, pivots, 2 hands, not wasting possessions. I think that's a key in a game like this where they're going to value their possessions. They're not going to give you a lot of turnovers or of things like that. So we have to value our possessions and make good decisions when we have it and take full advantage when we get opportunities to score.
What's going to be the number one thing for you guys to get a win here tonight?
Well, effort and togetherness is always number one. But if you want to talk on the floor stuff, we got to rebound. We haven't been. I don't know if we've won the boards on any game yet. So, and we're undersized. We have Katie's. She's a unique point guard at being 5'11". But other than that, we're small at the 2 position. We're small at 3. We're small at 4. We're small at 5. So in order to get rebounds, we really got to scrap, box out, and make it a priority.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck here tonight.
Always. Thank you.
Back with more of the pregame show next on today's KCCR and KWAT. Playing the national anthem as we are getting set for basketball here this evening. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, KWAT Watertown, as the Pierre Governors taking on the Watertown Arrows here this evening. Here's senior nights. The three seniors, Kenzie Grunland, Jessica Lutmer, and Katie Williams, were all recognized here before this game has gotten started. Starting lineups for first the Watertown Arrows. Number 4, Maddie Rohde, the 5'5" sophomore guard. Number 12, Jada Young, the 5'6" sophomore guard. Number 22, Abby Bramer, the 5'6" senior guard. Number 34, Olivia Corey, the 5'8" senior forward. And number 42, Maggie Hesch, the 6' senior forward for the Watertown Arrows. For the Pierre Governors, it is Remington Price, the 5'6" sophomore guard. Number 3, Jessica Lutmer, part of those three seniors on this varsity team. Jessica Lutmer, 5'5" senior guard. Number 10, Katie Williams, the 5'11" senior forward, although she'll be playing the point and playing that one position for the Pierre Governors. Number 23, Hannah Sazu, the 5'7" junior guard. And then number 25, Mackenzie Growland, the 6' senior forward for the Pierre Governors. So Rohde, Young, Bramer, Corey, and Hesch for the Watertown Arrows. Price, Lutmer, Williams, Sazu, and Grunland for the Pierre Governors. These two teams are not separated by a whole lot, by just a point and a half, a little over a point and a half, separating them in the, actually not even a point and a half, as I looked at it wrong. The Governors 39.25 for their Class AA standing total, and Watertown at 39 points exactly, as the Governors are sitting in 10th. Watertown is tied for 11th with Sturgis, of course, was early on in the season. So both these teams have plenty of time to increase that score and move their way up the standings. Watertown, after today, they'll be on Monday, be in Brookings, and then also playing then on Thursday against Sioux Falls, Washington, Saturday against O'Gorman. That's when they finally return home for the first time in nearly a month for the Arrows after playing December 17th, their only home game, and then is January 9th, their next home game. Although the end of the season is pretty favorable in home schedule. They go to Aberdeen Central on February 13th, but the entire month of February is all in Watertown except for that Aberdeen Central game. The Governors, they will be facing O'Gorman on Tuesday, then at home against Gravid City, Stevens, and Central on Friday and Saturday before they finally get back on the road against the Mitchell Colonels on January 14th. So the Governors are going to have some home cooking here for the first part of January. Starting lineups have been announced. We're ready for basketball here on this Saturday evening. Governors are going to go from right to left on your dial. The Watertown Arrows from left to right, and it will be Hesch against Kenzie Growland for the opening tip. Good to be in 2021. Good to have you along with us here for this evening. Some high school basketball. You're listening to some college basketball in today's KCCR, some college football. We'll have more college football for you after this ball game is over. But we are underway as the opening tip is up and one for the Watertown Arrows. So they get the first possession as the Arrows have it across midcourt. Man-to-man defense here for the Governors to open up. Hesch go to the top of the key. It'll be played to the right side from Rohde down low now. Hesch goes up with a shot. It is good. And a foul is called. A little late on the foul call, but Maggie Hesch gets the first bucket of the game for the Watertown Arrows, and she gets a chance for a three-point play as Kenzie Growland tried to take the charge, but gets called for the block. And the first team foul, 14 seconds in. Hesch at the free throw line. Her free throw is up and good. The three-point play is successful. And it's a 3-0 lead here for the Watertown Arrows. Katie Williams across midcourt here to the left side. Spin move around. Man-to-man defense here for the Arrows. Williams goes all the way around the defender, leaves it up and missed the shot as it was a good defensive play from J.D. Young. Here is now Abby Bramer to the right side. Caught at the top of the key for Olivia Corey. And a travel called. Abby Bramer caught the pass on the wing. Tried to take off, didn't put the ball on the floor first. And a quick turnover by the Arrows. 7:25 to go here in the first quarter. It is a 3-0 lead for the Watertown Arrows. A pass from Williams goes behind Sazu. She's able to recover, though, before it goes out of bounds. Almost ran into Lutmer to travel. But now Groundland for a backdoor cut, looking for Price. Off the hands. Price tried to save it, could not. And it's a turnover by the Governors. A little sluggish going, and Coach Kirk Bebout talked about how the rust might show when it's shown here for the Governors in their first two offensive possessions. Abby Bramer in the backcourt. Lutmer had picked her up and will allow her to get across the timeline. Or on the left side, Lutmer picks her up. The 5-second count starts. A pass, and another travel is called. This one is J.D. Young that gets called for it, and back-to-back turnovers near the same spot on the floor on that far side. And it's still 3-0 here for the Arrows. 1 minute gone by in the first quarter. Here is Katie Williams, picks up her dribble just past the midcourt line. Groundland goes back for Williams on the right wing. Groundland cut towards the right block, didn't get the pass, so now here's Sazu. She'll start to drive to the right side. We'll pull it back and gives it down for Lutmer. To the baseline for Groundland. Backdoor cut for Williams. It goes off the hands. Williams will try and get on the sideline, the end line, but she will step out of bounds and will turn it back over to Watertown. 6:38 to go here in the first quarter. And it's been now 4 turnovers combined in the first 6 possessions that we've seen. As across midcourt is Bramer. To the right side, Maddie Rohde will catch. Price picks her up, deflects the pass. Sazu trying to race over to it. Who's going to go out on last? It was out on Watertown, and another turnover. The third straight now turnover by the Watertown Arrows. But they still lead 3-0 here with 6:22 to go in the first quarter. Jessica Lutmer trying to inbound the pass. That goes off the hands of Bramer. And now it'll be an inbound again for Lutmer. Only a second gone by off the shot clock. 6:21 left to go here in the first quarter. Lutmer will inbound for Williams in the corner. She's got a baseline free. She'll drive all the way in. 3 Watertown Arrows conferred on her and end up fouling her. And Williams will go to the free throw line. J.D. Young will get called for it. Pick your poison on who you're going to call. Oh, J.D. Young will pick up the first foul for the Watertown Arrows here this evening. First free throw is good from Williams. And the Governors are on the scoreboard. A couple subs coming in here for Watertown. Kendall Paulson is in. And Macy Ostis is also in, the 5'7 junior. And Paulson, the 5'7 sophomore. Williams, second free throw, too strong. Rebound, though, for Kenzie Groundland. And we have a foul on the rebound. And Groundland, good offensive board. Get the possession back for the Governors. And J.D. Young will pick up her second foul. 2 seconds apart. And Maddie Rohde, who, in terms of game time, had a second break, will come back in as Young will have to sit on the bench now with 2 fouls. Williams will inbound the right baseline. Fresh shot clock here for the Governors. 6:17 to go in the first quarter. Lutmer will hand off for Williams at the top of the key, the left side. Now Lutmer, she'll try and drive. Try to get up with the shot. He got partially blocked and will go to play, and he'll stay with the Governors with 27 on the shot clock. 6:08 to play here in the first quarter. 3-1 lead here for Watertown. Lob pass for Groundland off the hands of Groundland, and Maggie Hesch will get the steal. On a contact on the inbound pass, but Hesch gets the steal, and another turnover by the Governors. On the right side, Ostis takes a dribble to her left, kicks it back out for Rohde for 3, rolls off the front of the rim, and a rebound for Sazu. Here is Williams, race up the floor on the right side, kicks it back out of the top for Sazu. Now left side for Lutmer, off the screen, and now Groundland will catch. Groundland will work to the right side, into the corner for Lutmer again. Opposite way to the screen, Lutmer gets caught up in the corner, throws it off the leg of Macy Ostis. So the Governors will have an inbound pass on the right baseline. 17 to go on the shot clock. 5:36 to go here in the first quarter. Governors still trail 3-1. Williams will inbound for Price. Throws off the glass. Missed the shot. Rebound for Rohde. Maddie Rohde up the floor for the Arrows. On the right side. Trying to throw it down low for Hesch. Good pass there from Macy Ostis. Maggie Hesch made the catch and a quick turnaround score for Hesh as Gronlund was trying to get in front positioning. Williams almost fell in the middle of the paint, able to regain her footing. Gronlund will go all the way around the block and puts up the layup and in. And Kenzie Gronlund got her first bucket, and it's 5-3. Arrows lead by 2. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. At the free throw line, underneath for Maggie Hesh again. Shot goes up, she's fouled. Hit the rim a couple times, but fell off, so Hesh will go to the line for 2. She's got all 5 so far. Can add to it. Avery Kaiser will check in after the first free throw. Gronlund has picked up her second foul. We'd probably assume that Kaiser's in for Gronlund, and she will be. Hesh makes the first free throw, 6-3 lead. A sub coming in for Watertown. If Hesh makes the free throw, then see the number who is down by the scores table. Free throw hits the front of the rim and gets the friendly roll. As Olivia Corey will come back in for Hesh. As Coach McClemens, he goes to that bench pretty quick. But it's a 7-3 lead. 4:50 to go here in the first quarter. Jessica Lutmer on the left side, trying to throw it down for low for Williams, but that's going to be intercepted. Another steal. Here's Abby Bramer. To the right side, Ostis trying to go down low. Corey the shot. Airballed it too strong. Williams with the rebound. Williams race up the floor, spacing for the Governors. For Kaiser, throws up to the basket, couldn't get it to go, but she'll go for 2. Avery Kaiser grabbed the pass, got hit, and just threw it up blindly to the basket, and it almost fell through. She's going to get the 2 free throws. You can make a case that she wasn't in the act of shooting when she got fouled, but that was almost a circus shot made from Kaiser. The free throw, first one is good from the sophomore. Gracie Ortmeyer will check in. Lainey Stevens is in for the Governors for Jessica Lutmer. As Macy Ostis will head back to the bench. Second free throw is good from Kaiser. She goes 2 for 2 from the line. Pulls the Governors within 2, 7-5. Bramer to the right side, across midcourt for Grace Ortmeyer. Top of the key, Rody's wide open for 3. Too strong, though, with it. Price will track down the rebound. Price racing down the left side of the floor. Kicks it back out for Stevens. Pulls up for 3. Good! Lainey Stevens in the game and hits a big 3. And a shoe came off after the bucket was made. 8-7 lead. Governors have their first lead of the game. 4:07 to go here in the first quarter. Abby Bramer will catch the inbound pass. Going to go a 1-2-2 press here for the Governors. Not much pressure, though, in the backcourt. Bramer to the free throw line now for Rody. Almost traveled. She will get called for the travel. And a turnover by the Arrows. 3:58 to go here in the first quarter. 8-7 lead here for the Governors. Been their only lead so far after that made 3 from Stevens. Here is Williams. Across midcourt to the left side. Now we'll try and work it back to the right side. Jumped in the air to make the pass for Stevens. Down low for Kaiser, trying to get position. Kaiser throws over for Sazu. Nice pump fake. Sazu got in, made the shot, but she is fouled trying to get around the defender. It'll be now the third foul called on the Arrows. And Kendall Paulson will pick it up. Hesh is going to come back into the game. Maddie Rody will take the seat. So Hesh comes in for the 6-foot Hesh comes in for the 5'5 Rody. So let's rotate around their assignments. Sazu will catch the inbound pass. 3 different Watertown Arrows down there. The pass too strong for Kaiser. Hesh will get the steal. Hesh has been their best player so far. She's got all 7 for the Arrows. On the left side, back to the right elbow for Hesh. Pulls up with a shot, missed it. Rebound, though, is going to be grabbed by Paulson. Now down low for Corey. Turnaround shot goes off the rim. Missed the shot. Hesh with the rebound. The putback is good. And Maggie Hesh has got all 9 right now here for the Watertown Arrows. They lead by 1. Williams got going pretty quick. And a foul is going to be called on the Arrows to the chagrin of the Arrow faithful that made the trip. Maggie Hesh will pick up the foul. 5th team foul. Katie Williams will inbound with a fresh 35. Here's Remy Price driving baseline. Good bounce pass for Williams. Lost the ball underneath in the paint. We'll have a tie-up and a jump ball that's going to go in favor of the Governors. That last play, what makes the case for Watertown is how quickly Williams was going and seemingly was getting out of control. And Watertown Arrows think that Williams was bailed out on that foul call. Williams now will drive off the glass, missed the shot, looking for more contact, can't get to the free throw line. Rebound came for Olivia Corey. Here is Bramer just past midcourt, get it back over for Corey. Paulson now for Corey again on the right wing. Pass almost intercepted by Kaiser. Hesh will drive all the way in. Shot goes up. Looking like a lot of contact from Sazu. No foul called. All the way up to the floor for Price. Wide open. Will lay it up and in. Price's first bucket. 10-9 lead here for the Governors. 2:28 to go here in the first quarter. Here is Bramer over to the left side. Governors have called back into the zone. That goes off the foot of Olivia Corey. And there'll be a turnover by the Arrows. And back to the Governors. Have not led by more than 1 point so far here in this first quarter. 2:30 left to go here in the first. Sazu will inbound in the front of the Governor bench in the backcourt. Still been man-to-man defense here for the Arrows. Williams almost traveled, goes over for Stevens. Now top of the key for Sazu. Quick pass for Price. Nice fake by Price. Drives to the baseline. Pull-up shot was missed. And a rebound grabbed by the Arrows. Quickly up the floor. Underneath the basket, it's Ostis. Now for Hesh. Her pass deflected underneath the basket. And it's going to go off of Watertown and another turnover by the Arrows. Ryan Berry is in. Sydney Tedrow will also check in. Price, Williams will both take a seat. So all the starters are getting a much-needed breather right now here except for Sazu, for the Governors. Maddie Rohde's back into the game. She replaces Olivia Corey. Here's Berry. Ryan Berry, the 5'7" freshman. Underneath for Kaiser. Shot is up and a foul is called on Hesh. And she's going to go line for two. The 6th now team foul for the Arrows. And Hesh has picked up her second. 1:44 left to go. Avery Kaiser is at the line. She's 2 for 2 so far. Trying to increase his 1 point lead. First one from Kaiser. That one's good. And the Governors have their largest lead now of 2. Corey goes right back into the game. Reese Terwilliger is going to check in. The 5'11" freshman. 2 freshmen on the floor right now for the Governors. And Ryan Berry and Reese Terwilliger. Heard a lot of Terwilliger's name in varsity volleyball action this year. You're going to hear that name quite a bit for the next couple of years for volleyball and basketball. 2 for 2 for the line for Kaiser. She's got 4 points all from the free throw line. 12-9 lead here with 1:35 to go for the Governors in the first quarter. On the right side, Corey trying to go down low. That goes off the hands and out of play. And another turnover again by the Watertown Arrows. This has not been a good first quarter for this Watertown Arrow team, especially when Maggie Hesh has been on the sideline on the bench. Berry's pass deflected. Terwilliger get it back over for Berry. 26 to go on the shot clock. 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. Stevens pass across for Tedrow. Now Stevens again underneath for Kaiser. Nice up and under move from Kaiser. Shot got rejected though. Terwilliger tried to get the pass back out, and it was stolen away by the Arrows. Here's Watertown. Bramer got into traffic of 3 different Governors trying to recover. Corey's open for 3, missed the shot. Rebounds off the hands, grabbed by Kaiser, and she'll give over for Berry. 50 to go here in the quarter. Lainey Stevens the other way on the left side. And a travel is called on Stevens with 47.8 to go here in the first. Just a 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bramer will catch the inbound pass for the Arrows. She'll work her way across midcourt. A 3-point lead here for the Governors. Back for Bramer. Had a chance for a 3, didn't take it, and then traveled, and will turn it back over. 36.2 left to go here in the first quarter. We will have Emily Lingle is into the game for the first time. Kayla Volkin is also in for Watertown here for the first time. 36.2 to go here in the first quarter. Lingle inbound for Berry. Let's see if the Governors, they can take this shot clock all the way down. Only the second difference between shot clock and game clock. They won't do it because Berry got underneath got open, and she gets the shot to go. Ryan Berry makes it 14-9 with 20 to go here in the quarter. Good ball movement there quickly by the Governors. There's a three up on its way from Ostis. Missed the shot. Lingo got the rebound. We have a tie up, and a foul is called with 13.2 to go here in the first quarter, and that's going to put the Governors to the free throw line. It's going to be a foul called on Kayla Volkin, the 17th foul here from Watertown the first quarter. And Emily Lingle's at the line for the bonus. 1-1 here, 13.2 to go in the first quarter. We'll have a lane violation. If she doesn't make it, she made it anyway, so she'll get a second chance. She'd have missed it. She'd have been the old NBA 3 to make 2. 13.2 to go here in the first quarter. 15-9. Governors lead by 6. Second one is on its way from Lingle. That will find its way through. And it's a 7-point lead here for the Governors. Pass deflected by Berry and out of play with 10.1 to go. Governors in this first quarter are 7 for 8 from the free throw line. And what do you know? They got a 7-point lead. Although Watertown's 3 for 3 from the line. Volkin's got the inbound pass. Down to 6 to go in the quarter. Over the right side, Paulson. The shot goes up, and it was blocked. And it's grabbed, and a shot from Berry will not make it through. It was not on time anyway, but the Governors have a 16-9 lead here after the first quarter. Maggie Hesh has got all 9 for the Arrows. The Governors have a balanced attack in that first quarter, and they lead by 7 after 1. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. So in the second quarter, Governors lead at 16-9. Watertown Arrows as they trail by 7 at the first possession. JD Young down low for Hesh. She's got all 9 points with the ball stayed away. Kenzie Grotland with the steal. And Laney Stevens now for Jenna Bush at the top of the key. Bush pass for Grotland, back out for Stevens for a 3. That one's too strong. Rebound, though, for Sydney Tedrow. Here's Williams, and she will travel and turn it back over. Well, it's been the bugaboo for both teams is trying to dribble without traveling here. The attack of the basket has not been the way the Governors and Arrows have been wanting. Abby Bramer on the left side. Bounce pass. That one's going to be stolen away. Stevens up for Williams. Here's Williams 1-on-2. Shot goes up and it's good. Contact with no foul is called either way. Williams got her first field goal, and it's 18-9 here for the Governors. Bramer to the left side for Young. There's to be for Rohde. Now here is Young. Inside the paint, ball got knocked away. Stevens and Young will fall on top of it. A jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Governors. And the defense for this Governor team has forced a lot of turnovers. We've seen turnovers from both teams. Some have been unforced, but for the most part, the Governor defense has been forcing a lot of these turnovers from this Watertown team. As Bush will go the right side for Tedrow. Bush adds some length for the Governors, staying at 6'1" as a junior. Bush now for Gromlin. Pass deflected back for Bush. Almost lost the handle of it. Now throw it off the glass. Can't get it to go, but she is fouled. Maggie Hesh gets called for the push. That's 3 fouls now on Hesh, and she's going to have to come back out of the game as Jenna Bush will go to the free throw line for 2. Maggie Hesh with 3 fouls 18 fouls now for Watertown. First one from Bush is good. Governors are now 8 for 9 from the free throw line here in this ball game. 7 of 8 in the first quarter. 6:32 to go in the first half. Second one is missed from Bush. The announcer's curse. And they're now 8 for 10, but they lead by 10, 19-9. Abby Bramer. Pass now for Young. At the elbow, tries and driving in. Shot goes up. We got a foul called on Mackenzie Groundland. Thought she had the charge, but will be called for the foul. Or no, it's actually Jenna Bush will get called for it. They did put it, Mackenzie Groundland pick up the foul, but it was Jenna Bush that picks up the foul as Young misses the first free throw. Groundland looked like maybe she was in there with time to spare. But we get a fresh look at the Governors. Price, Sazu, Lutmer, and Kaiser all in. Williams stays in the game. Young's free throw, his second one is good. And ends the 11-0 run that the Governors were on, 19-10. A 9-point lead here for Pierre. Pass for Kaiser, trying to hand it back off for Williams. Saving it from going out of play was Bramer. Young didn't handle it well, but Maddie Rohde was able to take over for the Arrows. Here's now Bramer defended by Lutmer. Top of the key, left side now for Rohde. Pass across on the right side to the baseline. Bramer goes back for Paulson. The pass deflected, but Corey will grab. Paulson again down to the corner for Bramer. She'll try and drive the baseline. Throws it to a cutting Paulson, and the shot was rejected by the Governors, and Price will get all the way up to the basket. That one was rejected as well, but it went off of Price last. Good two defensive plays there by Pierre and Watertown, as Price was swatted, and then it went off of Price last. As Bramer will go for Young on the left wing. Top of the key for Maddie Rohde. Rohde will work to the right side, kicks it right back to the top for Paulson. Pass off the hands of Rohde. Another turnover by Watertown. 5:20 to go here in the first half. And Watertown has just been ridden with turnovers here in the first half. Katie Williams for Price. Kaiser set the screen for Price. Now Sazi will catch, and now back to Williams. Kaiser right side for Lutmer. Fakes the screen. Lutmer drives in, throws at the basket. Price gets knocked to the ground, and it goes off of Kaiser, and it will go to the Watertown Arrows. Kaiser got up, not very happy. We get a sub coming in. Macy Ostis will check in for Maddie Rohde. Kaiser has been seemingly pushed the last couple of times on the offensive side, trying to set a screen. Whether there's some embellishment there or not, either way, she's seemingly been taking some hits on the other end. There's another turnover by Watertown. Williams will try and drive in. That one, a foul is going to be called as Williams was driving to the basket. That's the 9th Watertown foul. And Olivia Corey will pick up her second foul. The 9th team foul. Williams, so far the line, 1 for 2. Now she's 1 for 3 as that first one rolls in and out. Governors still lead by 9, 19-10 with 4:46 to go here in the first half. Second free throw is good from Williams. 20-10, leads back up to 10. 4:40 to go here in the first half. Bramer race across midcourt against Lutmer. Now throw on the right side. Corey trying to drive on Kaiser. Pass back to the top of the key off the hands of Ostis, but grabbed though, and then thrown back over for a long two is good for Olivia Corey. Foot was on the line from Corey, but that's the first bucket here for, the second bucket for the Arrows, as Katie Williams will get a shot to fall on the very baseline. Williams will answer right back, and it's 22-12. Top of the key. Bramer pulls up for a three. That one's missed. Rebound, though, underneath for the offensive side for the Arrows. Back for Young. Now down low for Corey. Top of the key. Paulson pulls up for a three. Tried to bank it in. Missed the shot. Rebound, though. Watertown gets another chance. Missed another shot. Young gets another rebound. The step back fadeaway is off the glass and in. 3 offensive rebounds there for the Arrows on that possession. And the 4th chance point for the Arrows. 22-14. Governors lead by 8. 3:30 to go here in the first half. Here is Hanasazu to the right side for Price. Now here's Kaiser. Left side for Lutmer. Lutmer down to the baseline and will travel and turn it over. Laney Stevens is in for Lutmer. Corey will take a seat as Lydia Buckley will check in, the 5'8 junior. So Buckley's in for the first time here for Watertown. Bramer races across midcourt to their left wing, then hands off for Young. Pat trying to get back for Buckley off the hands, and now Price will get the steal. Price 2-on-3 with the left hand, trying to get with the right hand. The shot got off the arms of Price. I don't think she even got blocked. I think she just lost it. And Coach Pat McClemens will take a timeout with 2:56 left to go as the Arrows got possession. 22-14, 2:56 left to go here in the first half. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. (22-14). Governors lead here by 8 with 2:56 left to go in the first half. As John Winkler here on this Saturday evening. Welcome those again in Watertown on KWAT. Governors did not lead. Maggie Hesh had been has been the best player throughout this ball game, but the fouls have put her on the bench for most likely the rest of this first half, as she's gotten 9 of the 14 points, had all 9 in the first quarter for the Watertown Arrows. That's been the problem for Watertown, is not having Hesh on the floor. Buckley has it at the timeout on the right wing. A couple jab steps, and now Young over the left side into the corner. It is Paulson. Picks up her dribble after just one dribble. Now we'll get it back in the corner on the right side for Young. Pump fakes, trying to drive on Williams. Gets around Williams. Shot goes up and missed. The rebound put back as Bramer is falling away. Before she travel, will throw it up and in off the glass. It's 22-16. Watertown is pulled back within 6. As Price drives all the way in. An easy bucket. Coach Clemens not happy about the defense from the Arrows, as Price now has 4, and the lead's back up to 8. 2:10 to go here in the first half. Pass off the hands as it was grabbed by Paulson. Almost a foul by Williams. Now back to the top of the key. Paulson, left side for Young. Looking and trying to go inside. As it will instead go back up top for Buckley. Underneath Young. Good pass from Buckley, but Young couldn't finish at the hoop. And here's Williams racing all the way down the floor. Off the glass, missed the shot. Rebound for Terwilliger. The shot goes back up, and she is fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2. Not too many times you're going to win a race with Katie Williams. And Bramer trying not to foul, just trying to get in the way of the shot. Williams ended up missing the layup. But Terwilliger got the offensive board. On the putback, she was fouled. First free throw was good from the freshman. Her first varsity points. Macy Ostis picked up the foul. That's the 10th team foul from Watertown. There's only 1:43 left to go in the first half. Sazu will take a seat. They got Stevens, Price, Terwilliger, Kaiser, and Williams on the floor right now here for the Governors. Second one from Terwilliger is also good. So Reese Terwilliger 2 for 2 from the line. 26-16, leads right back up to 10 here for the Governors with 1:40 to play in the first half. Jada Young at the top of the key for the Arrows. Throws the left side into the baseline now. Underneath the basket, Bramer catches. She's fouled before the shot. 1:29 to go. And it'll be just the 4th team foul for the Governors. Laney Stevens picks up her first foul. A new shot clock 1:29 to go. Left baseline inbound. Underneath, Bramer catches. Shot goes up. Left it short. Rebounds grabbed by Young. The putback is good. Stevens fell over, but Young got the board. And J.D. Young now with 7 of the 18. As Kaiser will go for Price. Pulls up for a 3. They left her alone, but she got it right off the nets, under the bottom of the net, and then Williams couldn't save it from going out of play. They'll turn it back over to Watertown. 1:07 to go. Excuse me. Young's got 5 of the 18. All 5 coming here in the second quarter. Final minute of the first half. Young on the left wing gets a screen. Rolling off of it was Corey. Young, though, goes to the left side of the basket, throws it up over her head with the right hand, and gets it to fall. Now Young's got 7. Williams pulls up for a 3. I think she thought the time was running out. 44.5 left to go. They end up going right back to Watertown. That's a costly mistake there from the Governors. And Hesh is going to come back into the game. And Clemens with 9 seconds between shot clock and game clock says, get in there. Hesh is a force on offense, trying to get pulled maybe within 2 possessions, but a travel is called. And now we're going to sub Hesh right back out as Paulson will come back in. Coach McClemens, boy, oh boy, he's not going to be too happy in that locker room. Williams will catch the inbound pass with 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Stevens pass off the hands, all the way in the corner, off of Kaiser, and she dove for it. And it will go right back to Watertown. And Hesh is going to check back in the game with 26.3 to go. So again, the Governors had a chance to go back up by 8, or at least have that last shot go up. But they turn it over, and now Watertown can hold for that final shot. As long as Hesh doesn't call for an offensive foul, we'll remain with just 3 fouls at the end of the first half. Hesh to the top of the key from Rhodey to Bramer. Now underneath for Hesh. Shot goes up from Hesh, and that's good high off the glass for Maggie Hesh, and it's good. It leads down to 4. Stevens now with 6 seconds to go. Stevens will pull up. That shot is missed. Rebound for Hesh. 2 seconds to go. Throws it for Bramer all the way down the court. It's going to come up short. And the lead is 26-22 for the Pierre Governors after the first half. A good finish there by the Watertown Arrows to pull within 4. Back in 3 minutes with halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, as it is 26-22, the Governors lead here at the break as we welcome you in on today's KCCR as well as on KWAT. A lot of scoring for the Governors, a lot of different scores for the Governors. One main score for the Watertown Arrows as we start with the Watertown Arrows. 11 points for Maggie Hess. She's got the game high so far with those 11 in that first half. It was 7 for Jada Young. 2 points then for Abby Bramer and Olivia Corey. Those are the 22 points that Watertown has scored. So it's been mostly Hesh and Young. Hesh had all 9 of the first quarter for the Watertown Arrows. Finished with that last bucket to pull them within 4. They get the first possession to start the second half, so they can pull within a possession after they, if they can score on that opening series to start the third quarter. For the Pierre Governors, Watertown had 4 girls score. Pierre Governors had a lot of girls score. They had 8 different girls score. They had 4 points for Avery Kaiser, went 4 for 4 from the line. You have 5 points for Katie Williams, who has the team high right now. 6 points, who has the team high right now. 4 for Remy Price, 3 for Lainey Stevens, 2 for Ryan Berry, 1 for Jenna Bush, and she's 1 for 2 from the line. Terwilliger goes 2 for 2 from the line, as well as Emily Lingle, and Kenzie Growland also has 2 points. So nobody's got more than 6 points. Nobody has scored more than 1 bucket besides Williams and Price. But Kaiser's also got 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So it has been a balanced attack from the Governors. Not a whole lot of offense, though, in the first half. But Watertown, they played some lower scoring games. They held Sioux Falls Lincoln to only 30 points. They held Harrisburg to only 37 in the loss. West Central ended up scoring 53, but Roosevelt only scored 45 on them in the loss as well. So this Watertown Arrow team, while they may not score a whole lot, their defense has been very good. And here again this evening, while the Governors have been able to get to the free throw line quite often, but it has been the Arrow defense that has made things tough for this Pierre Governor team offensively. But you gotta expect the talk in the locker room for both these teams is it got to stop turning the ball over. That's been the biggest problem, and a lot of unforced turnovers from both teams has been a real issue for both Pierre and Watertown in this first half, and they've got to find a way to limit those turnovers in the second half for one team to get either their third win for the Governors or their second win for the Watertown Arrows. And again, the Arrows will be on the road on Monday against Brookings, then on the road against Sioux Falls, Washington on Thursday, and then back home finally on January 9th against O'Gorman. The Governors will see O'Gorman on a Tuesday. That's their next game. We'll have that for you right here on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. 7 o'clock tip-off on Tuesday. We'll have it for you right here on today's KCCR as the O'Gorman Lady Knights will come into town. Then Rapid City Stevens and Rapid City Central on Friday and Saturday will both be in town to face the Pierre Governor girls basketball team. 26-22 here at the break. Governors lead by 4. Back in 3 minutes with the start of the second half. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. As we welcome you back here to Rex High School, as we are set here for the second half. John Winkler here on this Saturday evening. Governors have a 26-22 lead. As again, we welcome those in from Watertown on KWAT. The Governors looking for that third win. Watertown looking for their second win. End the three-game losing streak and also put an end to the Governors' back-to-back wins that they have. Watertown gets first possession, so down by 4. They have a chance to quickly pull within a possession with a made bucket. Abby Bramer will get the second half underway. J.D. Young off the screen, trying to step through both Groudland and Williams. Young hit the floor. It came through for Olivia Corey, but her pass was too high for Bramer and a quick turnover 12 seconds in. And that's been the problem in the first half, and it's moved on here in the at least the first 30 seconds of this third quarter. Katie Williams on the right side for the Governors. Price open for a three, takes it, and it's good. Remy Price has got her first three, just the second three made by the Governors, but it's a big one, 29-22, a 7-point lead here for the Governors. Abby Bramer on the right side for Corey. Man-to-man defense here for the Governors. Over left side for Young. Now down low, Young back out for Rhodey. Rhodey will try and drive left side, and as she was trying to get that pass away, her foot hit the floor, and a travel is called. And another turnover, back-to-back possessions with a turnover here for Watertown to open up the third quarter. Katie Williams here for the Governors. Up by 7, over for Price. Works around two different screens, off the glass and in, and she went all the way to the basket. And Remy Price had an open lane to the basket. Went around two different screens and no help defense for the Arrows, and it leads up to 9. Down low for Young. Double teamed inside the paint, and a tie up as Price tried to steal the ball away from Young. Tied it up, but will go for the Governors. So now a third turnover on 3 possessions here for Watertown. 6:45 to go here in the third quarter. The Governors can extend the lead back to double digits. Their largest lead is 10. They lead by 9 right now. Lutmer for Groudland at the top of the key, right side for Williams. Now back for Sazu. Sazu will take one dribble to her left. Now Williams again. Go the opposite way of the screen from Groudland to the baseline. Groudland's pass back out for Sazu. She'll jab step. Now drive right side. High off the glass. That's in for Hannah Sazu. Add that to another Governor that has scored here tonight, and the lead's 11, 33-22. Governors have opened up with a 7-0 run to start this third quarter. Maggie Hesch, she'll drive in through two different defenders. Shot goes up, she's fouled, and we'll go to the line for 2. As the first foul will go against the Governors here in the third quarter. And it's on Remy Price, her first foul. Governors had just 4 fouls in that first half. Hesch went 3 for 3 from the line in the first half as she misses the front end of the 2 shots. Arrows were 4 for 5 from the line in the first half. Pierre was 11 of 14. Second one is missed from Hesch. That one was left short as well. So the lead is 11 here for the Governors. A 7-0 run to start the third quarter. Williams off the spin move, trying to keep it away from Bramer. Almost had a steal. Now Williams will go top of the key for Sazu. Left side, Price will go the opposite way of the screen with the left hand, trying to get to the right hand. The shot was blocked by Young, and it'll go out of play, and it'll stay with the Governors. 16 to go on the shot clock, 5:48 to go here in the third quarter. 11-point lead here for the Pierre Governors. Lob pass out for Williams. Hands off for Price. To the left side for Sazu. Sazu will back it up. Well, throw for Price with 5 to go on the shot clock. Price will try and give it back for Williams, but it's going to be stolen by Young. Now Young will try and race down the floor. Missed the layup. She hit the floor. Williams now will get the board at the pass from Price. Into the corner, Lutmer open for a 3 in transition is good. Jessica Lutmer, another Governor that's got in the scoring mix. 14-point lead and a 10-0 run to start this third quarter. And a timeout taken by Coach McClements. 36-22, Governors lead by 14 with 5:15 to go here in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. It is a 14-point lead here for the Pierre Governors with 5:15 to go in the third quarter. A 14-point lead, but a 10-0 run to start this third quarter. There's not been too many shots. There's been just 2 shots that have gone up for the Arrows in this third quarter so far. One was a foul, and Hesh went 0 for 2 from the line. The other was a missed layup from J.D. Young. That's been all Watertown's been able to do offensively. They've been turning the ball over in their first 3 possessions of the second half. 14-point lead coming out of the timeout. Kendall Paulson will inbound. J.D. Young with the inbound catch. And the Arrows going to find a way to put an end to this 10-0 run. Abby Bramer, the opposite way of the screen from Corey. Bramer gets caught up underneath the basket, able to get it back for Corey. Now for Young, top of the key, picked up by Williams. To the left side, here's Paulson. Now right side again, Corey. And we have a foul underneath the basket. And a hold is called, and I believe it's going to be on Jessica Lutmer. And it will be Lutmer who gets called for the foul, her first, and the second team foul. Avery Kaiser is in. Hannah Sazu will take a seat. 4:55 to go here in the third quarter. Lob pass out, top of the key. Shot goes up and missed from the Arrows. Corey had the shot. Hesh got the offensive board. Hesh goes back up with the shot, missed it. He'll come back out for Bramer to pull up for 3. That's good. Abby Bramer now with 5, and will end the 10-0 run as they get a couple of this. You give the team a second chance, third chance, as Williams split through the defense all the way across midcourt. Now top of the key for Kaiser. Kaiser goes back for Lutmer. Will hand back off for Williams, so working to the top of the key. Now Price, left side for Lutmer. Back over for Price. The 3 goes up, and Groundling gets called for a foul on the illegal screen. And that's going to be Kenzie Groundling's, I believe it's only her. That's going to be her third foul. Lainey Stevens as she'll check in. So Stevens is in, as well as Hannah Sazu also back in. On the left side, Young had an open 3, didn't take it though. Corey now on the right side. It'll be Paulson trying to go underneath. Bramer is open as she got around Stevens. And Bramer's got the last 5 here for the Arrows. As a foul is going to be called in across midcourt. Paulson's going to pick it up. That's her second. And just the first team foul with 3:55 to go here in the third quarter. Ryan Berry will check in for Stevens. And Berry will inbound on the Pierre Governor bench. Sazu will catch the inbound pass. Underneath for Kaiser. Back for Sazu. It's a zone now, 2-3 zone here for the Arrows. Kaiser inside, got inside the arc. And then a pass got deflected. Hesh will grab finally the steal. As we'll go the other way for the Arrows. Going to the left side of your radio dial. Down by 9, 36-27. Young lobs it up for Hesh, but a steal for Kaiser. Hesh poked the ball away from Kaiser. Now Sazu over the right side for Williams. And Williams will slow things down, though. Sazu will catch open for 3. Too strong with it. On the back iron, rebound grabbed by Bramer. Bramer on the left side for Paulson across midcourt. Now back for Bramer. Man-to-man defense here for the Governors. Good spin move by Bramer. Off the left hand with the shot, missed it. And then Ryan Berry was standing out of bounds, and she tried to grab the rebound and keep it in. So we'll go back for the Arrows with 3:06 to go here in the third quarter. And a fresh 35 after the shot was missed and went off the rim from Bramer. Underneath for Hesh. Shot goes up and is fouled. Price, I believe, is the one that's going to get called for it. And it is Remy Price's second foul. 4th team foul. And Hesh is at the line, where she's 0 for 2 to start this third quarter. First one from Hesh. That one is too strong. Lainey Stevens will check in for Ryan Berry. 3:04 left to go here in the third quarter. Second one is missed from Hesh. Rebound is grabbed first by Williams. And a foul, I believe, is going to be called on Katie Williams. No, but it's going to be called on Watertown. Abby Bramer gets called for it. Her first foul and the second team foul. Williams started to extend the arm out a little bit. Bramer hit the deck, but Bramer gets called for the foul. 3:02 left to go here in the third quarter. Price will catch the inbound pass as Watertown has continued that full court press. Williams almost got caught in the corner just past midcourt. Now Williams right side for three. It's good. Katie Williams not known to shoot from outside. And she drains a three, and the Governors are up by 12, 39-27. 2:40 to go here in the third quarter. Bramer to the right side for Paulson. Now here is Maddie Rohde. Back for J.D. Young. Young to the left side. Paulson pulls up for three. That's good. And Kendall Paulson has got her first points. And the lead's trimmed back down to 9, 39-30. Stevens across midcourt. Williams will catch. Governors have had no problems against this press. Sazu's open the left wing for three. That's good. Answered right back for Hannah Sazu. And Coach Kirk Bebat will take the timeout. 42-30. Governors are back up by 12 with 2:13 to go here in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. $42-30, a 12-point lead for the Governors with 2:13 left to go here in the third quarter. Listen to KCCR Pierre, KWAT Watertown. Governors have that 12-point lead. This is their largest lead so far here this evening, as they're looking for that third win and to push them over 500 for the first time this year. As they start out 0-2, they've won back-to-back games at 2-2. Watertown had that first opening night win, but have since dropped 3 in a row and are trying to end that skid before they have another tough week of facing Brookings, Washington, and O'Gorman from Monday through Saturday. And then Brandon Valley and Aberdeen Central after that. So, AA basketball, there's really no easy games when you look at the schedule, but sometimes it's a little bit tougher. There's a stretch that gets a little bit tougher than other stretches. At the timeouts, it was a Pierre Governor timeout, but Corey has on the right wing for the Arrows. Here is J.D. Young on the left side. She'll jab step drive to the left side. Shot is missed from Young. It was short, and Williams gets the defensive rebound. Pulls back for Sazu. Takes one dribble into a three, but it's too strong, and the rebound's grabbed for Hesh. Young to the right side. Now for Maddie Rohde. Rohde will try and turn. Price picks her up defensively. Here is Hesh at the top of the key. Right side now for Rohde. Takes one dribble inside the arc. Shot is missed. Rolls in and out. Sazu grabs the board and will outlet for Williams. Long pass up. Stevens will catch. And the catch to the shoot is good from Lainey Stevens. Her second three of the night. And the lead is up to 15, largest for the Governors. 45-30 with 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. Hesh down low. Shot is missed from Corey. Rebounds grabbed by Williams. And here is Katie Williams now for the Governors. Williams hands over for Kaiser. Thought about that three. On the baseline, the ball gets stripped away from Kaiser, and it's off of Stevens last as she went diving for it. And it'll be turned back over the Arrows. And Gronlin's in for Kaiser. 1:01 to go here in the third quarter. 45-30 lead. J.D. Young to the left side for Paulson. Top of the key as Hesh will go to the right side. Underneath, back for Paulson. Two Governors surround Paulson, but she is fouled. Stevens was underneath the basket. Sazu came across to try and swat away, and Sazu gets called for the foul. Her first foul, the fifth team foul. Paulson at the free throw line. That one will rattle home. Boy, Watertown was 4 for 5 in that first half. They're now 1 for 5 here in the third quarter. And they trail by 14, 45-31. Second one from Paulson is good. A 13-point lead with 45 seconds to go. Bramer checks back into the game. Left side, Stevens has it for the Governors. Top of the key for Kenzie Gronlund. 9-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Sazu with 18 in the shot clock. Left side for Williams. Spread the floor out here for the Governors. Trying to spread the floor out. They're overloaded one side. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. And Coach Kirk Bebout with 18.2 to go in the quarter will take a timeout with 8 on the shot clock as well. They couldn't get everybody set up. Couldn't get everybody in the right spot. 45-32. Governors, they lead by 13 here with 18.2 to go in the third quarter. We'll keep it here on today's KCCR as well as on KWAT. Governors have that 13-point lead, and it's been in part, especially in this quarter, with 5 made threes. Price, Lutmer, Stevens, Williams, and Sazu all have a made three here in this third quarter, as they've got 15 of their 19 points have come from beyond the arc here in this third quarter, where they had just made 1 3 in the first half. Watertown's got 2 threes here in the third quarter. They're only 2 of the game, but the 4 missed free throws for Maggie Hess, she has been held scoreless in this third quarter, has been a big reason why the Governors have extended this lead from what was at 4 at the break to now 13 here with 18.2 to go. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Williams will catch the inbound pass. Down to 7-6. Williams trying to find somebody to throw it to get a shot up, and they won't get a shot away out of the timeout. They'll turn the ball over. 8 seconds to go here in the quarter. They maybe pull within 10 with a 3 here. Bramer will go for Brody for 3. That one rolls off the rim. It's grabbed. The shot goes back up from Paulson, but it was not in time. So it is a 45-32 lead for the Governors after 3 quarters. As we head to the fourth, back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. It is a 13-point lead here for the Pierre Governors to start the fourth quarter. Watertown will get the first possession of this fourth quarter, as they have a lot of work in front of them. Try and tie this one back up or take the win over the Governors. Bramer will get the first possession. She'll hand off for Young. Picked up by 2 different Governors. They couldn't get it over back for Hesh, but now here is Corey. Gets the ball taken away by Sazu. Easy steal there for Sazu, and Williams, the pass from Sazu, hands back for Stevens. A long 3 for Price is good. Remy Price, her second 3. 8 points here in the second half. She's got 12 in the ball game for the Pierre Governors. And the lead is 16 now for Pierre. Top of the key, Young. Man-to-man defense again for the Pierre Governors. Bramer underneath for Rohde. Shot is up and good. Maddie Rohde is on the score sheet for the first time here this evening. On the left block and was wide open underneath. An easy bucket for the 5'5 sophomore. Gronlund will go to the left side here for Williams. Now Williams will try and drive to the left elbow. Kicks it back out for Sazu. Now Stevens on the right wing. Into the corner for Sazu again. Bounce pass for Gronlund. Almost handcuffed her. Skip pass for Stevens. Down to 10 the shot clock. Back for Gronlund left baseline. Gronlund will try and turn all the way to the right side. Hit the bottom of the rim. And the rebound is going to be grabbed by Bramer. Lobbed up ahead for Rohde. Here's Maddie Rohde on the left wing. Picked up by Price. Pass for Young. Almost went too high for her. Bramer now down to the top for Corey. High pass for Hesh. She's able to track it down. Shot is up. A tough shot in traffic for Hesh. And she gets her first points in the second half. She's got 13 now. But the big reason why this Governor team had that lead Now it's up at 12. It was 14 just a little moments ago. Is because of Hesh being held scoreless in that third quarter. Price on the baseline. Sazu, top of the key for Gronlund. Now left side for Williams. Williams, top of the key. Here's Sazu again. To the right wing for Stevens. Here is Stevens. To the right side. Here, Sazu pulls up for three. That one is missed. And the rebounds for Bramer. Bramer to the left side. Here is Rhodey. Rhodey will try and drive inside the paint. Shot is up, and a foul is called. A late foul is called. But Rhodey's going to go to the free throw line. And Kenzie Gronlund is going to pick up her fourth foul. And the 16th foul. And Rhodey is at the line here for two free throws. First one is missed from Rhodey as Sydney Tedrow will check in. Avery Kaiser and Reese Terwilliger are all in. Gronlund, Stevens, and Sazu will head to the bench. 5:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 48-36 lead for the Governors. Make it 48-37 as the free throw is good. Splitting the free throws was Rhodey. Here's Jessica Lutmer for the Governors. Across midcourt. Kaiser, left side now for Tedrow. Tedrow gets to the elbow. Good pass, bounce pass for Lutmer. Back in the corner. Lutmer will drive in. Shot is up, and she is fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line. Terwilliger set the screen. Young fell away from Terwilliger. And it looked kind of nasty. Little fans were a little upset that the foul was called on Maggie Hesh. Olivia Corey, as Lutmer drains the first free throw. She's 1 for 1 for the line tonight. Just the third Watertown Arrow foul. Here's the second one from the senior. That one's too strong, and a rebound's going to be grabbed by Young. J.D. Young will clear out the defense, and will work it across midcourt. So now here is Hesh at the top of the key, defended by Kaiser. Hesh goes all the way, and shot rejected by Kaiser. Goes out of play, and will stay with the Arrows with 23 on the shot clock. Paulson will check in for Rhodey. 5:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. 49-37. Governors lead by 12. Hesh will catch the inbound pass. Try and drive on Kaiser. Hesh fell down, and a steal for Williams. And then she stepped on the line. And Williams is not happy, and Williams will get called for a technical. Williams still kind of barking right now. She's gonna you gotta maybe calm down a little bit. Yeah, Coach Kirk Beam out saying, "Hey, calm down just a little bit here." As free throws will be coming for Olivia Corey. Hesh fell down. Kaiser had pretty good defense, but she fell down. First free throw is good from Corey on a technical foul. Williams picks up her first personal foul along with it. Second one is good from Corey. She goes 2 for 2. Ryan Berry's going to check in for Williams. Well, what happened was when Hesh hit the floor underneath the basket, could have had a foul call somewhere, maybe a travel, some kind of turnover, but the Governors got the turnover. Then Williams, as he tried to get away from Hesh, maybe got the arm out from Hesh and then stepped on the line, and Williams was not happy with it. Hesh makes the elbow jumper, and it's now 49-41. So it's now down to an 8-point lead. That's a 4-point possession, 4-point swing there for the Watertown Arrows with 4:45 to go. Williams, who picked up the technical, I wouldn't expect her to be on the bench for too long. Kaiser will go to the baseline. Long jumper on the way for Lutmer. It's good. And Jessica Lutmer has now 6 points. Timeout taken by Coach Kirk Beebout. That's a really good timeout taken by Coach Kirk Beebout there. 4:34 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It's 51-41. Williams is going to check back in. But making that shot, you kind of get the momentum going a little bit here, but you also take the timeouts to kind of calm everybody down and get everybody back and settled in here, because Williams is going to come back into the game. And it's one to have a quick conversation with the girls, make sure everybody's feeling good, feeling okay, and kind of get that technical out of your mind. It doesn't happen very often. You don't see that happen very often, so it's easy to get rattled, get a little bit more frustrated things don't go well then after a technical is called. But Coach Beebout making sure everything's settled and everybody's set and ready to go here for this next defensive possession. On the other side, Coach McClemens, now he's got a chance to say, hey, these girls are rattled. Let's go. Let's drive right at them. Let's get to the free throw line. We're only down by 10 with 4:34 left. There's plenty of time here to make a comeback. Abby Bramer off the inbound pass. Here is the Governors lead by 10, 51-41. Hesh on the left side. Goes it back across for Bramer. Ryan Berry, Sydney Tedrow picks up Bramer. Young now on the left side. Here for Paulson. Top of the key for Corey. Now Hesh, baseline jumper goes up, and that one, a high floater, hits the front of the rim. A weak side rebounds grabbed by Bramer, so another offensive possession here for the Arrows. Hesh will try and drive in. Charge is called on Maggie Hesh as Kenzie Groundland takes it. And Hesh has picked up her 4th foul. And the bench loves the effort from Kenzie Groundland. And Hesh has got her 4th foul. And if you're the Governors, with her having 15 points, as that one's going to be off the hands of Young, and it's going to stay with the Pierre Governors. 4:02 left to go. Nothing came off the shot clock. So here is Sazu on the inbound for Williams. Back for Hannah Sazu in the backcourt. Pass for Williams, right back to Sazu, and walks it across the timeline. 3:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Price has in the right wing. Top of the key for Groundland. Looks to the left side for Tedrow. Now Sazu will catch, pulls up for a 3, and rolls off the left side. Rebound for Hesh. Here's Abby Bramer now for the Arrows. They've got to find possessions here with points pretty much every time down the floor. And a timeout's going to be taken here by Coach McClemens. Well, the intensity is kind of, for a 10-point game, the intensity is pretty high right now. 3:32 left to go in this 4th quarter. 51-41. Governors lead by 10. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. Off the inbound pass, coming out of the timeout, the Governors, they lead by 10. The Arrows have possession as Young will go for Hesh at the top of the key. Driving in, everybody fell over. Groundland and Hesh both fell over, but there is no foul call. Williams the other way. Shot goes up, and the layup is good for Katie Williams on the other end of the floor. It's a 12-point lead. Coach McClemens not happy, and sometimes the coach say you got to call something there as Bramer drives in. A block is called on Groundland this time. And Kenzie Groundland, I believe, has picked up her 5th foul, and she is done here for the evening. Avery Kaiser will check in for Groundland, who will finish with 2 points. Had that back in the 1st quarter. But to the free throw line, it is 1-1. It was the 8th team foul. And Bramer's going to go to the free throw line, but it is 1-1. It was not a shooting foul. With 3:06 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Free throw is missed from Bramer, but she gets her own offensive rebound. So now here's J.D. Young. 3 minutes to go. Here in the 4th quarter, Arrows down by 12. Top of the key, Corey pulls up for 3. Almost banked it in, but a rebound for Sazu. Outlets it up for Williams. Williams will try and back it up, and she is fouled by Olivia Corey. Her 4th foul, and the 5th team foul here for the Arrows. So still 2 fouls to give before they get in the bonus. And Jessica Lutmer is going to check in for Sydney Tedrow. So Lutmer in as it'll be a baseline inbound here for Price on the left side. Williams will catch. Hands back for Price. Trying to get around Young. Could not. Now Sazu for Lutmer. Down low for Kaiser. They spaced everybody out. Kaiser with a long shot that just rolls off the rim. And it'll go back the other way here for the Arrows. Pass deflected by Williams out of bounds. In front of the student section, the Arrows will inbound with 2:30 to go. Maddie Rohde's back into the game for Bramer. And Sydney Tedrow is in. JD Young here for the Watertown Arrows. Right side for Rohde. Top of the key. Left side, Paulson throws it now for Young. 2:18 to go. Young will try and drive. Puts up to the basket. Got right to the basket. Young strips the ball away from Tedrow. The shot is missed. Rebound still loose. And it's going to go off of Young and out of play. And it'll go back to the Pierre Governors. With 2:09 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Boy, Young has been all over the place here for this Watertown team in this fourth quarter. Here is Williams pretty much in the second half, although she's got only 7 points, and they all come in the first half. Williams at midcourt. They try and drive around Rohde. Kaiser, pass almost was too late for Kaiser. She almost turned and ran away from the pass. Now here's Tedrow, the opposite way of the screen, all the way to the bucket, the left hand, and layup and in for Sydney Tedrow. 55-41, a 14-point lead again for the Governors. Well, just about everybody that's got in the game has got some points here for the Governors. Maggie Hesch trying to drive on Kaiser. A foul is called on Avery Kaiser. A blocking foul. Kaiser will pick up just her first foul. But it's the 9th team foul, and Hesch is at the free throw line. Hesch has got 15 here in the ball game. Bramer is going to come back in for Corey. 1:32 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 14-point lead. Arrow's not out of it quite yet, but these are two important free throws. The first one is good from Hesch, so she'll get that second one. She gets the second one and a defensive stop. Things start to turn a little bit more interesting. Hesch, second free throw. That's missed, and a rebound for Williams. They have to have a defensive stop, does Watertown. Here on this possession, Governors would be smart to take the shot clock nearly all the way down unless they get an open look. Price, opposite way, the screen, underneath the basket, throws it over for Williams. Good pass over for Tedrow for three. That one's too strong. Rebound for Kaiser. Kaiser on the floor. And a timeout's called by Coach Kirk Bebout before anybody from Watertown was able to get a hand on it to tie up possession. 1:08 to go here in the fourth quarter. 55-42. Governors lead by 13. Back in 30 seconds, you'll listen to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. .108 to go here in the fourth quarter. It is 55-42. Governors lead by 13 as they look to go over 500 for the first time in the 2020-2021 season. Watertown Arrows are in danger of falling to 1-4 and having that losing streak go to 4 games before they take on Brookings coming up on Monday. We'll look ahead to those two matchups. Brookings right now sits at 0-4 coming into today as well. O'Gorman, the Governors, next matchup at 3-1 so far in the season. Governors have the timeout with 25 on the shot clock. It will go off of Young, so it'll stay with the Governors. 1 minute to go exactly, 25 on the shot clock. Stay tuned for the post-game show coming up after this. As Tedrow will inbound for Price. Hands back for Williams. 55 to go here in the ball game. Williams over for Kaiser. Tedrow, top of the key for Williams. Down to 13, and a foul is called. That's only the 16th foul. This one's going to be called on Bramer, so a fresh 35 here for the Governors. As Bramer will pick up her second foul. Jessica Lutmer is going to come back into the game. 47 seconds to go. Lutmer, Williams, and Groundland, the three seniors. Groundland not able to be on the on the floor. And this one's turned over. Bramer up ahead. She'll lay it up and in. A timeout's going to be taken by Coach McClemens with 39.6 to go here in the fourth quarter. Just with the Governors now leading by 11. There's a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here on today's KCCR and KWAT. Again, our next broadcast for Pierre Governor basketball is going to be coming up to you on Tuesday as the Governors take on the O'Gorman Knights. As we'll have that for you right here on today's KCCR. As the Governors with a 7 o'clock tip-off against O'Gorman. And then they will also have a boys and girls doubleheader for you. Rabbit C. Stevens on Friday. Governors will play at 7. The Governor girls will play at 7. The boys will play after that at 7:50. They're scheduled for that tip-off. We'll have both those games for you here on today's KCCR. At the timeout, Kaiser can run the baseline. Price will catch the inbound pass. She's in the corner, and a foul is called, and Price will head to the free throw line with 36.3 to go. As the foul committed by J.D. Young, her third. And it's the 7th team foul. Price here this evening with 12 points, trying to add to her total. Got the team high right now. Make it 13 for Price as she buries the first free throw. Governors shot the ball really well from the free throw line. They're now 13 for 17. Make it 13 for 18. But still a solid game here for the Governors from the line. 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. As it's going to be a foul called on Williams. And it's going to put the Arrows in the line for 2 free throws. As Katie Williams will pick up her second foul. Bramer will step to the line for those 2 shots. Watertown pull within 4 at halftime after trailing by 7 after the first quarter. The big story in the third quarter, as the first free throw is missed, they get 2 free throws, so Bramer will get a second one. But Maggie Hesch went scoreless in that third quarter, and the Arrows had no other answer. Here's the next one from Bramer. That one's good. That's 56-45, 23 to go. I believe the Governors may be able to dribble this one out if they can get across midcourt. Young, though, will steal it away from Price with 15 to go here in the ballgame. Here is Young for Hesch. Governors are going to go to 3-2 on the season. The Arrows are going to fall to 1-4. Shot is up and good from Hesch. Make it 56-47. Governors don't have to inbound. They will, though, and that will end the ball game. 56-47. Governors win it here by 9. 56-47 on the Watertown Arrows, and the Governors' win streak extends to 3. Arrows fall for the 4th consecutive game. Back in 3 minutes for the post-game show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on today's KCCR and KWAT. As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, the Governors, they win 56-47 over the Watertown Arrows as their win streak is now up to 3 as the Arrows fall to now 1-4 on the season. Have a lot of scoring totals to get to, especially for the Pierre Governors side, as everybody that got on the floor for the Governors, they end up scoring for the Pierre Governors with a 9-point win. But we will first talk with Coach Kirk Bebout of the victorious Pierre Governors as they win 56-47 here this evening. As hand over the headset to Coach Bebout as Coach, first off, congratulations on the win. A big win, 56-47, first one here at home. And talk about the success. I mean, you guys, everybody that got on the floor here tonight got some points for you. But I know, last time when we talked in the Huron game, you're not too worried about who gets what and everything like that. But everybody that got on the floor scored. Everybody contributed in a big way here tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt. Thanks for saying that. I mean, that's been one thing that we've been really trying to stress or trying to figure out is just the fact that we do have a lot of girls that can play. Sorry, I'm still excited. But New Year's resolution is get in better shape too. I won't be so out of breath. But that's one thing we've been talking about. Like I said, we have a lot of girls that can really play basketball, so it makes it's fun, but it also makes it hard in some ways because they all have to kind of sacrifice a little bit because they all want to play, but I can only have 5 out there at a time, and we got 15 on our varsity, and I feel comfortable with all of them getting some time. So that's really good to hear that they all got on the score sheet and they did. They all contributed. Even if they didn't get in the game, then they're contributing in practice. They're contributing by being a good teammate. And, that's really what it's going to be about. I asked the girls, rank these things in order of what we need to do if we're going to be successful this year. And I kind of lumped teamwork in between like rebounding and shooting and defense and stuff just to see what they'd say. But it's obviously going to be teamwork, and it's going to be us being happy for whoever it is. The way I see us being successful is, one night maybe someone who didn't even hardly play the game before comes in and plays 4 huge minutes and hits some big shots for us. And that's just the type of team that we want to be, and that, ultimately if we're going to be successful, that's what it's going to take.
A 56-47 win here for the Pierre Governors this evening as we're talking with Coach Kirk Bebout. You guys had a 7-point lead after the first quarter, a 4-point lead at halftime. Maggie Hesch for Watertown had an excellent game, finished with 17 points, but she was held scoreless in that third quarter. You guys defensively were really, really good in that third quarter.
Well, when I was scouting Watertown, I saw that. Is it Hesch or Hesch?
Hesch.
Right. Okay. All right. That's what I thought. The girls told me it was Hesch. So anyway, when I was scouting, I saw her on tape, and I knew she was going to be a problem for us, and she definitely was. But we battled. We did enough, I guess. But one thing we got to work on is try to handle some of the low post stuff and make sure that we're getting rebounds. So
the game kind of got a little had somewhat of a turnover fest in the middle portion of the game, but again, in a game, I'm sure you probably love to see the turnovers be a little bit less, but defensively, you continue to force more turnovers. And I guess when you look at that, I'm sure it's maybe upsetting on your side, but happy for you on the other side, on the defensive side.
Well, that's one other thing too that we talked about is just when you get a win, it's good to have those teaching points because it's easier to teach those things when you have a win. So definitely, just making some better decisions or game time situation, like closing out winning games kind of things. We got a ways to go with that, which is, understandable. And that's part of that. So this is a really good game for us because we get to talk about and look at some of those things that we can do better as far as taking care of the ball. I liked how, we came out in the third quarter and we executed a few plays in a row. I think we scored the first 3 possessions, and that gave us a little bit of breathing room and gave the girls some confidence. And, Watertown is way better than past years, I would say, from what I know. I mean, I don't know a lot about past years, but they're a tough team. They really are. They play really hard. They know what they're looking for on offense, and they're well coached on defense. So I want to make sure I give a hats off to Watertown, and I think they're just going to keep getting better and better. So I'm pleased that we got this one, and more than anything, I'm pleased for our 3 seniors. I was a little bit more nervous than usual. I'm always nervous before games, but I was even more nervous than usual just because I really want these seniors to be rewarded for everything that they've given to this program.
Now 3 wins in a row. You face O'Gorman on Tuesday. But talk about, you have senior night tonight, and like you said, you want to reward them. But these seniors are leading by example. Williams had over 10 points. Lemmer had some really big baskets. Kenzie Groundland defensively is her and Williams are two of the best defensive players in AA. But talk about how good you guys have been these 3-game winning streak, but also leading to a tough opponent in O'Gorman, and how much that can help.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're doing a lot of really good things, and like I said, we're not even close to being a finished product. But offensively, I think we're probably farther along than I thought we'd be at this point, and they were already well coached and sound defensively, so that made my life. I could focus a little bit more on offense because we do have really good defenders. Those 3 seniors that you mentioned love defense, and that as a coach, that's fun, and it makes game planning a lot easier because you can have some girls that can guard some other players on some good teams. So yeah, O'Gorman's obviously, I know they just lost to Brandon Valley, but I think they won like 55 games in a row before that. Not quite that many, but seems like it. And our schedule, like we were entering a tough stretch. I think we go I never look too far ahead, but I think it's O'Gorman, Stevens, Rapid City Central, and Mitchell, and those are 4 of the best teams in the state. So, and that's part of the fun of AA too. You get to go out and you can compete every night against really good teams. So we'll be excited to play. To have O'Gorman coming in here. I mean, like I did tell the girls too. We get 3 really powerhouse programs coming into our gym, and we'll see what we can do.
Coach, appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you again on Tuesday.
Awesome. Thank you.
Coach Kirk Beebe out of the victorious Pierre Governors as they win it here this evening, 56-47, as they are now 3-2 on the year. Watertown falls to 1-4 as we continue on the post-game show as the Governors, as we have the scoring totals for you. We'll first start with the Watertown Arrows, who had 2 players in double figures. It was 17 for Maggie Hesh, who ended up with the game high with those 17 points. 10 points for Abby Bramer, 7 for Jada Young, who scored all 7 in the second quarter. It was 5 points for Kendall Paulson, 4 for Olivia Corey, and Maddie Rohde had 3 points to finish out the night. The Arrows were 11 of 20 from the line here this evening. For the victorious Pierre Governors, boy, there's a lot of totals to go through. Remy Price had 13 points. She had the team high. 11 for Katie Williams, who those 2 finished in double figures. 6 points for Jessica Lutmer and Lainey Stevens. It was then 5 points for Hannah Sazu, 4 points for Avery Kaiser, and then a lot of 2-pointers. Ryan Berry had a bucket. Also had a bucket for Kenzie Groundland, a bucket for Sydney Tedrow, 2 for 2 from the line for Terwilliger, for 2 for Emily Lingle from the line, and then 1 point for Jenna Bush, who was 1 for 2. Everybody that got in the game for the Pierre Governors end up with point totals in this contest. They win at 56-47 here this evening, and they're now 3-2 on the season. Watertown Arrows fall to 1-4 on the year. As again, when you looked at what's next for the Arrows, they have a tough assignment to take on the Brookings Bobcats on Monday, Sioux Falls, Washington on Thursday, and O'Gorman in Watertown on next Saturday. Governors will be at home as they take on the O'Gorman Lady Knights on Tuesday. We'll have that for you right here on today's KCCR with tip-off at 7 o'clock, pregame right around 6:45 right here on today's KCCR. That'll do it for us here in Rakes High School. As thanks to Jacob Mayer back at the station, and thanks to you listening out in Watertown. Glad I could invade your ear space for a little bit on KWAT. As the Governors, they win here tonight. They win 56-47 as we say so long from Rakes High School.